Okay, so today ended up being a break-even day for me. I took one loss and one win. I don't regret entering for the loss. It followed my model. The only thing that would have kept me from losing that trade is if I decided to not enter prior to news. We had news at 10 a.m. and I was entering prior to 10 a.m. with that uh, with that entry that I had with that trade. But at the end of the day, I have back tested this model enough, and I'm confident in the fact that trades prior to news, um, they can play out. Now, the reason being is because I have like a 70% plus win rate trading this model, and I've traded it across enough data to know that it shouldn't suffer too much prior to news. However, I am going to check to see today. Um, I'm going to go through. It's going to be a bit of a project to like see, was there news before this trade? Was there news before that trade? But I'm going to try to go through all my trades that I've back tested with this model. At least the largest session that I have with this model back testing, and I'm going to see. I'm going to go through my losses. I'm going to go through my wins, and I'm going to see. Oh, okay. I traded it. I'm going to try to find my win rate for trades that are prior to news, and see if it's worth taking or not. Maybe the win rate is so much worse. Maybe it's like 40 instead of, or 30 instead of 70. I don't know. We'll see. But that's something I'm going to do today. But anyway, let me show you the trades that I entered in on. This is the winner. Let me just show. Let me mark up the loser real quick. So the loser was here. Okay. So this was the losing trade. Let me just start on the daily to show you. Get rid of all this extra clutter now. Not even sure when that's on there. Okay. Looks like we're going to head to previous daily high at this point now. But yes, I am bullish. Again, this whole week has had a nice respect of this daily fair value gap. This candle is extremely bullish at the moment. If we close like this, I mean, that's what a candle that would be. I mean, just imagine that, right? This candle was all the way down here at one point, like a huge dark candle headed to the downside. So it's a crazy wick. 4 hour, we are respecting this 4 hour fair value gap. Actually, technically we closed below it, but at the end of the day, it's been respected. Like I know we technically inversed it, but the reaction off of it, whatever. Nice sweep on liquidity. Now here's where it gets interesting. I noticed on MNQ, well, I didn't notice. I was in the Discord, and I'm lucky enough to be monitoring it, so I knew. I wasn't looking at NQ. I was looking at MNQ, which is what I trade off of. We did not inverse this 4 hour on MNQ, but we did on NQ. And that made all the difference, because I would not have been entering this trade for a long had I not known that. I said that if we respected this 4 hour fair value gap, I wanted to be bearish to this 1 hour unfilled gap. So when I saw MNQ close within here, I was like, okay, let's look for shorts potentially. I don't think we would have got a trade. We wouldn't have got shorts anyway. I was looking for us to close underneath this 2 minute for an inverse, but yeah. That was what I was going to look for. But anyway, we ended up respecting the 4 hour. But I'm getting on a tangent because that was for my second trade. My first trade, we were respecting the 4 hour. We hadn't closed above it yet. Or I'm sorry, we were trading above it. We had not closed above it yet, so we did not technically inverse yet, because I traded, this first trade was before 10 a.m. So the 4 hour hadn't closed yet. you can see on the 1 hour, we're disrespecting 1 hour bearish fair value gap. And 15 minute we're respecting bullish. So it's just, I wanted to be bullish to start the day. And so you can see we got a sweep. I was looking for a continuation here to Asia highs, which is actually here where I took my second trade to, not here. This indicator's wrong. I got to fix it. And so we tapped into the 5 minute and got ourselves a nice, we swept these lows as well, tapping into the 5 minute. And obviously we had our sweep down here and equal highs above. I wanted to see us, well, we inverse this 1 minute. That's what I entered with a limit on and pretty much stopped out immediately. Within like a minute and a half, I was stopped out. So that was the first trade. Now let me whip out the second trade. Okay, here's the second trade. So again, same premise, because we actually did, I'm going to trust NQ over MNQ. So NQ showed that we inversed. Okay, cool. So that means we inverse is 4 hours. So I'm now bullish rather than bearish. We're disrespecting another bearish PD array. We disrespected this one here on the 1 hour. We were respecting 15 minute bullish PD arrays. I'm bullish. Okay, cool. What can I aim for? I was aiming for Asian session high. Right here. And for it to be a 1-to-1, I aimed a little bit higher. Thankfully, we ended up hitting it because at one point it was getting a little scary. You never know. That was technically the draw was right here, so we could have just dropped from there. But yeah, sweep, 5 minute inversion, break even here. This was a textbook trade, A+ setup. Break even here. And then we carried on to our draw, which was Asian high. And let me just show the executions so you can see that I did break even on the day. Ended up being minus 11 or minus 12 bucks. I mean, that's break even. And yeah, that was the trading day. Let me just, right. If you go to the 1 minute, you'll see that execution here, this execution there. And there you have it.